Has someone you love been showing small but noticeable changes in the past year? Many people think that death happens suddenly in old age, but the truth is that the body usually gives warning signs months or even a year before the final stage of life. The problem is that these signs are often overlooked because they start off small. Only later do families realize that the clues were there all along, but by then, it's too late to prepare or make the most of the time left. In this video, we'll talk about 5 important signs that often appear in the final year of life. Some of these might be things you've noticed but didn't think were serious. Others may seem like minor changes, but they actually show that the body is slowly declining. Recognizing these signs early can help you provide better care, create meaningful memories, and ensure that your loved one's final months are filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end because understanding these signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. Let's begin. 1. Unexplained weight loss. One of the earliest and most noticeable signs is losing weight without trying. At first, it might not seem like a big deal. Clothes may fit more loosely, belts may need to be tightened, and your loved one may eat less than before. Many families assume this is just normal aging, but sudden, unexplained weight loss is often a sign that the body is struggling. As people age, their bodies naturally lose some muscle, but when weight loss happens too quickly, it means something deeper is going on. The body may no longer be absorbing nutrients properly. The muscles may be shrinking, making the person feel weaker. This can lead to falls, a weaker immune system, and a higher risk of infections. Another reason for weight loss is a change in appetite. Many older adults no longer feel as hungry as they once did. Their sense of taste fades, food doesn't seem as enjoyable, and they may eat much smaller portions. This isn't just a preference, it's a sign that the body is slowly shutting down. Medical conditions like cancer, heart disease, or kidney failure can also cause weight loss long before other symptoms appear. Even depression or memory loss can lead to eating less, which speeds up the body's decline. If your loved one continues losing weight despite encouragement to eat more, it may not just be about diet. Their body may be preparing for a natural transition. Instead of forcing large meals, focus on comfort, hydration, and easy-to-eat foods to help maintain their quality of life. If you've noticed sudden or extreme weight loss, it's time to pay attention. This isn't just about appearance, it's a sign that the body is changing. 2. Extreme tiredness and weakness. Another major sign is constant fatigue, a deep exhaustion that doesn't go away with rest. This is different from normal tiredness after a busy day. It's a kind of exhaustion that makes even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Getting out of bed feels difficult. Walking across the room takes effort, and activities they once enjoyed, like cooking, reading, or even talking, may seem too tiring. This happens because the body is slowing down. The heart isn't pumping as strongly, circulation is weaker, and oxygen isn't reaching the muscles like it used to. The body is focusing on survival, not movement. As a result, many elderly individuals in their final months sleep more often, take long naps, and feel drained even after short periods of activity. Emotionally, this can be frustrating for them. Someone who once prided themselves on being independent may feel upset or embarrassed that they can't do what they used to. They may start pulling away from conversations or avoiding social interactions, not because they don't care, but because they're simply too tired. For families, this can be heartbreaking to watch, but forcing them to be more active won't help. Instead, allow them to rest when needed, adjust your expectations, and focus on making their remaining days as peaceful and comfortable as possible. If your loved one is constantly exhausted, weak, or sleeping much more than usual, take it as a sign that their body is going through a major transition. 3. Confusion and emotional withdrawal. Another major sign that someone is nearing the end of life is cognitive decline, changes in the way they think, remember, or communicate. A person who was once sharp may start forgetting things more often, repeating themselves, or struggling to follow conversations. They may suddenly seem lost or disoriented, even in places they've known for years. These changes happen because, like other organs, the brain needs oxygen and nutrients to function. As circulation weakens, the brain begins slowing down. At times, they may seem completely normal, only to have moments of confusion shortly after. Along with memory loss, many elderly individuals in their final months withdraw from social interactions. They speak less, engage less, and may sit quietly for long periods. It's not that they don't care about their loved ones, it's that their brain is no longer processing emotions the same way. Some may also experience sudden mood changes. They might become more irritable, anxious, or easily frustrated, while others may appear unusually calm and detached. For families, this can be one of the hardest signs to witness. Watching a loved one mentally fade away before they physically pass can feel like losing them twice. But it's important to understand, this isn't something they can control. Instead of trying to force them back into conversations, meet them where they are. Speak gently, reassure them, and focus on creating a calm, familiar environment. If your loved one is becoming more forgetful, confused, or distant, these are often signs that their body and mind are preparing for the final transition. 4. Frequent illnesses and slow healing. As the body weakens, the immune system stops working as well. You may notice that someone who rarely got sick now catches every cold or takes much longer to recover from minor illnesses. Simple infections like a urinary tract infection, UTI, pneumonia, or skin sores become more common and harder to treat. Even small cuts and bruises heal more slowly because the body isn't repairing itself as well. In elderly individuals, infections often don't look the way you expect. Instead of a high fever, they may simply seem more tired, confused, or less interested in eating. This is why early detection and comfort care are so important. At a certain stage, aggressive medical treatments may do more harm than good. Instead of focusing on curing, the goal often shifts to keeping them comfortable. Hydration, clean skin, and emotional support can do more for their well-being than another hospital visit. 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. Finally, one of the clearest signs that someone is in their final stage of life is a change in breathing patterns and circulation. Finally, one of the clearest signs that someone is in their final stage of life is a change in breathing patterns and circulation. You may notice that their breathing becomes slower, more shallow, or irregular. They might pause between breaths or suddenly breathe very quickly before slowing down again. Their hands, feet, nose, and ears may feel cold to the touch, and their skin may turn pale or bluish. This happens because the heart is focusing on pumping blood to vital organs rather than the extremities. Some may also struggle with shortness of breath, even when sitting or lying down. This can make them feel more anxious, so providing a calm, quiet environment is important. 5 more signs that someone may be nearing the end of life. In the last section, we talked about 5 major signs that an elderly person may be approaching their final year of life. Now let's go over 5 more important signs to watch for. These signs may appear gradually, but they are clear indicators that the body is preparing for a natural transition. Recognizing them can help you provide better care, emotional support, and comfort in their final months. Let's continue. 6. Changes in body temperature and circulation. One of the most noticeable signs in the later stages of life is changes in body temperature and blood circulation. You may notice that your loved one's hands, feet, and even their nose or ears feel cold to the touch. Their skin might look pale, bluish, or blotchy, especially on the fingers and toes. This is because the body is now focusing on keeping blood flow to vital organs, like the heart and brain, and reducing circulation to the extremities. Some people may also experience fluctuating body temperature. One moment they may feel cold and the next they may feel too warm. They might start sweating at random times, even when the room isn't hot. What you can do: keep warm blankets nearby to help with chills. If they are sweating, use a fan or adjust clothing to keep them comfortable. Avoid overheating them with too many layers, but make sure they don't get too cold either. These circulation changes are a natural part of the body slowing down. Your goal should be to help them feel comfortable and at ease. 7. Less interest in food and drinks. As someone nears the end of life, their desire to eat and drink naturally decreases. At first, they may just eat smaller portions or show less interest in their favorite foods. Over time, they might stop eating full meals altogether, prefer only soft foods, or take only a few sips of water at a time. Why does this happen? The body no longer needs as much energy. Since it is slowing down, it doesn't need as much food to function. Digestion becomes harder. Large meals can make them feel bloated or uncomfortable, so they naturally start eating less. The swallowing reflex may weaken. This can make it difficult to eat solid foods or even drink normally. What you can do: offer small, easy-to-eat foods like soups, yogurt, or mashed fruits. Don't force them to eat. Instead, focus on making eating as pleasant as possible. Offer sips of water or ice chips to keep their mouth moist and prevent dehydration. Remember, eating less is a natural part of the end-of-life process. Your role is to support their comfort rather than force meals. 8. Sleeping more and becoming less responsive. One of the biggest changes you may notice is that your loved one sleeps much more than before. At first, they may take more naps during the day. Later, they might start sleeping most of the time and become less alert or responsive. Why does this happen? The body is conserving its energy. Since their organs are slowing down, they naturally sleep more. The brain is processing less stimulation, making them less active and engaged in conversations. Oxygen levels in the blood gradually drop, which can make them feel more tired and drowsy. In the final days or weeks, some people may become very unresponsive. They may still hear you but will not have the energy to respond. What you can do: let them sleep as much as they need. Speak softly and let them know you are there. Even if they don't respond, they can often still hear and feel your presence. Hold their hand, play their favorite music, or talk to them in a soothing voice. This stage can be difficult for family members, but it is a peaceful and natural part of the transition. Final thoughts. If your loved one is showing these signs, know that you are not alone. Recognizing these changes can help you prepare, provide better care, and make the most of the time you have left together. Above all, what matters most is that they feel loved, understood, and at peace.